What is up to all my slasher fans, Texans, whoever you may be? I'm going to do a quick review to the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. It's on Netflix. I just checked it out. And yeah, it's going to kind of just come and go. It's one of those movies. Texas Chainsaw as a whole, the entire franchise and everything about it, all the reboots, all the different timelines, they've all kind of just been passable. And this one doesn't really change. It is a straight to Netflix movie. They didn't get it in theaters. The only redeeming factor was Fede Alvarez is producing it. They've switched directors a lot. There was like a lot of behind the scenes baggage apparently. It just took them a while to make it. And Fede Alvarez was the guy that did Evil Dead and Don't Breathe. So that gave me some bit of air. It was like a little lifeline. Like, oh, maybe they'll make this a good achievement for the Texas Chainsaw franchise because they really need it. And it was just another, like, it's not bad, but it's just like they don't do anything new. That's how they've always been kind of looked at. Leatherface is the selling point, and Leatherface, in my opinion, is the idea of him. He's like the most frightening, fucking sadistic slasher out there. And his story makes him even more scary. Just the dirtiness and griminess of all the Texas Chainsaw movies adds. That's like a whole nother character. But he's easily the least effective of all the slashers. Every time the body actors, the just the noises and everything about him is like inherently goofy, and I feel like they own that. And this movie doesn't dive into it all that much, but it's still just I don't know. Like, he is the part of the movie you want to go see, and you have to wait a while to get to him. They have this subplot with these kids trying to rebuild the town, and then when he like trying to rebuild the area that I guess he happens to live there too. I haven't seen all the movies, so I don't know all the deets about Harlan or Harlow. That was the name of the place, but he just feels convenient, and by the time he shows up, like 20 minutes in, and I liked how they filmed it. The camera tricks and stuff like that are really good. It's similar to Don't Breathe, which both those movies stood out to me a lot. I love those movies because the camera tricks. And Fede Alvarez, I think, had a part in some of the editing and stuff like that into this one, but it's just not enough. The acting is not bad either, but it just really does feel like a straight to TV horror movie or horror episode. If they would have just treated this as a pilot for a Texas movie, Texas Chainsaw movie, that would have been cool. But making it another film, it's just gonna stick in that cycle of just like, here we go. Like, this is like the fucking third film or fourth film probably that's actually just called Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And it picks up right after it's how the Halloween did it. The Halloween reboot, kind of, the revamp with Jamie Lee being older and stuff like that. And I love that movie. And they made Michael visceral and terrifying in those. And it just adds another layer to that character's legacy. This guy that played Leatherface this time doesn't really add much more. They try to do some sympathy with him, but I didn't feel any of it. Really, like, you notice what they're doing, and then you just instantly start to lose your grasp on it. It's just like, all right, thanks for that. Like, you guys are trying, but then we have a lot of scenes of the final girls. I mean, there's a few girls that are being hunted in this movie, and there's a lot of camera lingering on their face and reactions, and none of them are that bad, and they're put in some good situations. And then the big selling point, in the trailer, was the bus scene, and that scene's really good. There's one really good kill that involves two bodies that I thought was creative as hell, and just, it's probably one of the best moments of any Texas Chainsaw movie. So I don't know anybody that's diehard Leatherface fans, but I think you'll enjoy that if you are. You get a lot of cool stuff with him. I love it's Netflix. Netflix does some graphic shit, and I love that they didn't hold back on the carnage and the gore in this one. And you have to wait for the chainsaw. He doesn't bust it out until he's a few kills in. But being the continuation of the iconic ending to the 74 film. It was in the 70s, but whenever Sally gets away and he comes outside flailing the chainsaw, that's terrifying. It's like imprinted in my mind. The movie itself, like I don't remember a whole lot, but I know that ending really well. And to think that this is the continuation of that ending, it just didn't feel like that special or needed. So overall, like it's a good one to put on if you're into horror. But if you're just like a common Netflixer, then I don't know if I'd recommend it. But yeah, and then for any Texas Chainsaw fans, they do bring back Sally, the original final girl. It's a different actress. That the original actress passed away a while back, but yeah, it's a complete copy and paste of Jamie Lee Curtis and really ineffective. There's even a scene. It's kind of a spoiler, but it really like made me just like pause. I was like, what the hell, like, because the ending of the original, she jumps in some guy's truck bed and she's covered in blood, and the ending shot is like her just traumatized, and it's like this long panning shot. It's really effective. And then when she finds the girls in the final act, they jump in her car, and then it like the camera slowly makes its way to the passenger or to the driver door window, and it's just like showing her like thinking about that moment and like taking a heavy breath. But it's not as good as you think it could have been. That could have been a really powerful moment, but the way they film it and the acting, I guess, like I really was just like, dang, you guys missed that one. That was an airball. But yeah, I've talked about this movie too much. Don't even know why this is my first horror review. It's a iconic character, pretty mid movie, but yeah, I just wanted to talk about it real quick. I just walked up here after watching it. I would give it, if I had to give it like a stars rating out of 5, I would give it like a 2 maybe, yeah. Because I love slashers and horror, but if you don't like that stuff, then you'll hate this movie because it's a bad one. But they all are bad. We love them because they're easy to laugh at and easy to hate, but they're also easy to love and find appreciation in. So yeah, that's my quick thoughts on the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022 on Netflix. If you sat through this whole thing, I appreciate you. Keep watching. I'm going to keep pumping out videos. I'm about to go see Uncharted. I'm going to try to get a review out for that. So yeah, thank you for tuning in to the Jay Shrey Way, and that is all.